Hey there, Soul Tribe. It is Intuitive Energy Guide, the clairvoyant and Source Energy Channel. Kathy Weiss here. Just like wanted to go right to Source Energy Channel. And that's because starting today, and who knows how long we're going to go from now, I'm going to be opening all your weekly energy reading with just a little bit of actually sending you some love and some energy. What I've been hearing this morning is that some things are shifting. They're shifting for everyone. I am a part of everyone, and things are shifting for me as well. And I am being called to remember to use my gifts as a healer, not just as an intuitive and a clairvoyant, but someone who can work with source energy, and that I am very powerful at it. So I'm just going to start today with a brief energy run. And all that means is I'm going to take source energy and I'm going to send it to you. And energy is not limited by time or space. So whether you're watching live or you're watching later, you can receive this energy. All you need to do is open your palms into a receptive position. So that could be forward. I'm going to be forward to send it to you. You can receive forward. You could have your hands open down in your lap. If you raise them up over your head, like, hey, it doesn't matter. But I do encourage you to let your hands come into some sort of open and receptive position. You can close your eyes. It is not necessary, but sometimes if we close our eyes and we sort of tune out some of the stimuli, it helps us to tap into the energy. So already feel my hands are getting warmer, and there's a quality to them that it's hard to describe, but you'd ask me another day if you're really curious, or ask me later in the comments. But so what I'm doing, guys, is, give me a second. I'm drawing down source energy. This is a pure white divine light. And I'm sending energy out through my hands that is a clear gold color. You might feel nothing. Your hands might start to feel warm or hot. I hear that from a lot of people when I send energy distance wise, that they feel it in their hands getting warm and hot, because that's a common place to receive the energy. It feels very buoyant to me, like not spongy today, more like I'm pressing into like a rubber ball that's been inflated, right? And it's got some like give to it. You might feel a tingling sensation. You might feel a mild sense of anxiety, and that's not because anything negative is happening, guys. It's because it's unfamiliar or new for you to receive energy. And so it's just your body going like, whoa, something different is happening here. So for a moment you felt a little mild rise of anxiety. Know that what that means is actually a real positive sign that you were receiving the gold energy that I was sending, and it was just like, oh, that's new, it's different, I'm just not used to it yet, but it's okay and safe and totally normal. So welcome to your weekly energy reading for the week of January 13th. Holy cow, 2020. And also, by the way, happy Rubber Ducky Day. I think it is hysterical that there is such a thing as National Rubber Ducky Day. And it's even more hysterical that this is not the only rubber ducky that we own in the Weiss household. But this is my love ducky. So I'm sending you some rubber ducky love as well. Because here's the thing. We can't take everything in our life so seriously. So even as I'm sending you that energy, and that is like serious and full-hearted and joy-hearted, joy can also be a little bit playful from time to time. So we got Rubber Ducky over here keeping us company. So your energy this week, the collective, so this is not just one-on-one type of a thing. I can read your individual energy to see how it fits into the larger pattern of the collective energy. But here's the deal. Your energy this week conjured up for me some clairvoyant images. What that means is that when I tune into the energy, I see images in my mind to help describe it, because energy simply travels in a wave, like a sound wave or a light wave. And I have to interpret that so we can understand it. So I got like three different images around this energy to help you understand it, and then some intuitive guidance to know how we can handle it. So the first one is like this little plastic puzzle we used to have maybe as kids, where there's like 9 squares, but there's actually only 8 tiles, and you had to like move the tiles around to make a picture, or to like complete the puzzle, or move the like get the numbers to be in order or something like that. But the tiles were what you had to move around to do that. Okay, that's image one. Set it off to the side. There's two more. The next image that I had was from this 80's game show. And okay, I loved the 80's game shows. I watched them a whole heck of a lot. So the fact that I even remembered that there was a game show like this was kind of like weird. But I remembered that there was some game show where what the contestants were doing was revealing a picture behind like the game board, and it was like their job was to be the first one to guess what the picture was, but the picture was also a puzzle. And I did Google it, and it's called classic concentration. So if you're kind of a nerd or you're curious, you could go look for some YouTube clips of classic concentration. But basically the picture was static and it was covered, and as little bits and pieces were revealed, they had to guess what it was. Okay, that's image number two. Set that one off to the side. The energy is a lot like that game show. There is a picture being revealed, but it's combined with that little game I was talking about where the pieces are sliding around. And this is where another 80's throwback is coming up, but like revamped, because I saw a movie preview for an upcoming Ghostbusters film. It's like, looks really super cool too, by the way. But in that preview, there was like a wooden door or something, I think, and the young character was like sliding these wooden pieces to unlock the door. So putting these three things together, our energy is like this 80's game show movie preview thing where the pieces are the wooden. This is why that movie trailer image came to me, because the pieces of the energy are wooden. They're hard and they're solid and they're sliding around. Guess what? We're not the ones sliding these puzzle pieces around this week. It's just happening. And there is a picture behind that. So we can't see the whole picture right now. What we're seeing in our lives and collectively in the world and as humanity are pieces of this picture. So it's not fully formed yet. And what's even more challenging, I think, and this is where some challenging feelings are coming up for some people, is because those like the wooden panels are sliding around. We don't even get to focus on one piece and really start to comprehend it. So on that classic concentration game show, one of the things that helped people figure out the puzzle was once it was revealed, it stayed revealed. That is not happening for us. It's like that piece of the party is not going on. It's like we see it, it's gone. We see it, it's gone. Oh, it's so gone. And now we're looking down over here, and now we're looking over here. And so there are some feelings arising. And this is where you have free will. And this is where you get to create your life experience in light of this puzzle piece game show energy that's going on this week. You can get super frustrated and get super annoyed and start pounding on those wooden panels and blow torching them and prying them off with a crowbar. But guess what? None of that is going to work. Nothing we do is going to affect those game pieces. They are moving around, they are solid, and we cannot damage, destroy, reveal, pull off, nothing. But you are welcome to get super annoyed about the whole thing and try to pound the answer or the puzzle or the picture into reality. Like, knock yourself out. Be pissed and frustrated and hard-headed and all of that stuff. Either way, the week is going to pass. Okay. Some of us are getting anxious and frustrated because we think we're starting to understand the picture and then it gets covered. And we're like, I didn't even have time to deal with that. What do you mean? Now I'm over here. And so some of us are just going to be like antsy about it. Again, it's like totally your choice. But what our guides are saying is like, this whole week is like a rubber ducky week. It's playful. You're not supposed to see the big picture yet, and we want you to. This is them. I'm channeling this for you right now. They're saying like, we want you to be like the contestant. We want you to be curious, and we want you to be laughing, and we want you to be like, I have no idea what's going on, but I'm going to figure it out eventually, and I don't have to figure it out right now. And the good news is that with life, like, there isn't going to be a winner or a loser. If you figure out what the big picture is for you and you start running off in that direction today, awesome. And if it takes you all week to figure out what the picture is for you and then you start running off in that direction and you think you're a week behind people, awesome. Because here's the thing, maybe the people that get it today and take off running are going to hit a roadblock, or they're going to get exhausted and you're going to be like, I'm a week behind you, but here I am, walking along, and it's gonna be fine, right? So we're being guided to choose delight and to choose a sense of humor. I'm hearing there is a time and a place for like head brain, and there's a time and a place for really serious, and there's a time and a place for reverence, and there is a time and a place for playfulness. And our guides are saying we have free will. We can choose what we want to do with the energy this week. It is strong. I will 100% agree with you. It sort of arrived in my household last night like a wave, and I could like feel like pressure against my skin. And I wanted to at first get anxious because it is a big shift in energy and we can't see what it's all about. And I tried, guys. I was like, what's going on with the energy here? One of my cats told me the energy was here because she doesn't ever sit up on her hind legs, and she was sitting up on her hind legs, like staring intently down the hallway, and that's where I could feel the energy. And I was like, what is this? I don't know. Even for me right now, I don't know. I just know it's here. And so I was like, okay, I'm just going to play with it. And I'm going to call it the money fairy. And I just decided that this energy that I don't know what it is right now, it's the money fairy. Maybe it's something else and the picture is going to shift and reveal itself to me. But that's what you get to do this week. You get to decide if you want to fight and be frustrated and like take jackhammers to it and crowbars and like, ah, or you can be like, whatever, I don't know. So I'm going to call this week Scooby Wooby. And I'm going to get my own rubber ducky and I'm going to like be lighthearted about it. Either way, this week is going to pass. Either way, the picture of your life is going to begin to be revealed in a way that you understand. And there's no winning or losing on this one because we're all looking at the pictures of our own lives, right? So even though that's the game show energy is for everyone, we're all still going to be revealing something slightly different, or something different is going to be revealed to us. So if this is making sense, or if it's not making sense, guys, would you like shoot me a question or a comment, or just give me like a thumbs up or a heart or something? Because I was like really intrigued with how I was going to describe the energy this week to you, and I just want to make sure it's landing. So if you're someone who is struggling with this energy and the picture pieces of your life, and you would like some one-on-one guidance, I offer mini sessions that are 20 minutes to just like bang it out. I have full length sessions where we can go in depth that are 60 minutes. And I also offer packages of 60-minute sessions, because healing and transformation and sometimes revealing that bigger picture and the clarity and joy your soul is seeking takes time for all of us. And all of those are available at Kathy-Weiss.com. So if you're curious or ready to start exploring or get those individualized messages and guidance, go over there and book a session. And if you don't really know, message me privately or use the discovery call that I've got on my website, and we can have a conversation about it. Because I love you and I think you're worth it. And I hope you think you're worth it too. But check it out. We're going to close today's weekly energy reading with a Sacred Rebel Oracle card. I don't really have a particular reason why I chose this deck other than that I think it does have some playful energy. Yeah, that's it. It just felt called to use this deck today. So when you work with me privately one-on-one, I let you select where in the deck your card is. Last week, someone who was watching live said, "Oh, the bottom third of the deck," after I had already chosen something from the top. So I'm gonna honor that like post video-ish. I don't even know how to say that. I'm going to honor the bottom third of the deck today and see what our card is. So, oh, this is interesting. So it says after the storm. And there's a beautiful owl there. I'm really drawn to like this night sky. And because it more looks like sparkles, like gems, like diamonds sparkling in the sky to me. And it's sort of, give me a second because I'm just listening to what really wants to be conveyed here is that we go through phases in our lives where it feels like a storm, and some of us are sort of feeling like right now we're in the storm. It's like, wait, it's 2020, it's new decade, it's all blah blah blah, and shouldn't I be feeling like sparkly and vibrant and new? Like, well, maybe yes, maybe no. The turning of a decade, I just had this conversation, yes, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, with a lovely gentleman named Jim on his Entrepreneurs podcast. And we were talking about like we turned a decade. And there is a new energy lining up in this decade. And so it's almost like the tens for many of us were the storm. And we could have a deeper conversation about this if you guys are feeling yearning towards it. Hey, I don't know how to say your name. Shumania. Thank you. Hello. Shouting out right back at you. So the 2010s, there was a storm, and I'm hearing we don't need to talk about what that was unless some of you are really yearning for it. But as we are turning the page towards a new consciousness, we're turning into a new decade of growth and healing and expansion and more love and more joy and more true connection, more true heart connection between people. But it's like we're on page one of a 400-page book or something like that. Just kind of like randomly making that up, right? But we're so in the beginning of something that is new and something that is transforming. And it makes some of us uncomfortable, right? It's that new energy touching the skin, like at the top of the video. If you missed it, oh my gosh, you guys, go back after the live is over and watch, because I did a quick little bit of sending some energy. And what I said was that some of us, when we feel energy for the first time, it can make us feel a little bit anxious because it's unfamiliar, not because it's bad. It's unfamiliar, and our body's kind of reacting at first, and then we go like, oh, this is okay, and we settle down. That's like 2020. We're like at the baby beginning of a decade of massive consciousness shift, healing, and uprising into much more positive feelings of freedom, love, joy, expansion, appreciation, all the yummy good stuff. And so some of us are still a little bit feeling the effects of this storm because it's the new energy is just so new. I do want to peek in the guidebook though, and just give you a sentence or two what the author's intention is with this card, after I picked up what I kind of heard our guides wanted us to hear from the card. It says, even if you're not sure what the storm is about, don't lose confidence in your ability to successfully bear its progression. I'm hearing it's like the storm is ending. We're kind of like it's clearing out, but there's still like some little drops happening, and we're all like, whoa, what the fuck was that? Huh? You know what I mean? So we're going to arrive safely at the other side of this experience. And even amongst the chaos of change and those moments of anxiety, know that you have so much light in your heart and that you can see the storm is passing and there's nothing you need to worry about. Can you just feel that love for a minute? The storm is passing, and there's nothing that you need to worry about. There is a new energy rising. And so I invite you to allow yourself to not fight this week, but to really find that feeling of playful expectancy. Is that the right word? Expectancy? Playful expectancy that the big picture is eventually going to reveal itself to you. It might be today, it might be next Friday, it might be in February or March or April. The big picture is going to reveal itself to you, and there will come your aha moments, or not even necessarily aha moments, but just a more sense of settledness. It's coming. You're invited this week to get out your own favorite toys and play with them. This one used to light up. I was going to light it up for you, but the battery died. So I just, pretend that he's got some light emanating from his ducky hearts. And that is it's sending all of that love and light and playful, joyful energy to you. You guys are awesome. I so appreciate you. Whether you watched live or later, I would love to see you in a private session if that is something that you are feeling called to and something that you need. I will be back here next Monday for your weekly energy reading. Until then, follow me on some of the socials on Instagram at lightworker_Kathy and over here on Facebook at lightworker Kathy Weiss, and even on YouTube. After you type in youtube.com/Kathy Weiss the Joy Healer. You're awesome. Have a great week. I love you. See you soon. Namaste. Bye, guys.